Sin. Yeah. Check it. Yeah. Look. Heavyweight. This that heavyweight. Heavyweight. This that heavyweight. Heavyweight. This that heavy. Yo. What up, YouTube? Welcome to Sinn-Take, man. My name is Jason. Coming back with another one, man. And I just got a message for y'all, man. Listen. Y'all hear me always talk about control, right? You know, it's something that you need to have in order to be disciplined in life. You know what I'm saying? You need to have control so you can have discipline. And you need to have discipline so you can have control. You know, especially for yourself. But you definitely got to keep an eye on the people that don't have control, that don't have discipline. You know what I mean? You got to keep an eye on that. You know, I'm not trying to say you need to judge people off of that, but you need to recognize these things, especially if you have a close relationship with that person, especially if you're thinking about going into business with that person, especially if you got that person around your family, or hell, just even yourself hanging around that person. Because you got to understand, depending on what it is, if that person don't have any control, and depending on what it is he don't have control over, whether it's, you know, women, money, you know, food, who knows? You know, a lot of people don't have control over a lot of things. And when it comes to that, they spaz out, gambling, all types of shit. You know, so you got to understand that when it comes to those things, and it come to control, addiction as well, you will not be put first. They're going to put that addiction, they're going to put that object or those things that they have no control over themselves with before you. They're going to put women before you. They're going to do anything for you. I mean, before you. They're going to do whatever it takes to get whatever it is that they have no control over themselves for. You know what I'm saying? They have no discipline with. So if they lacking discipline with women, if they lacking control when it comes to women and these females, guess what? They're going to put themselves in that addiction and them females before you. You know, if it's all about money, which it ain't nothing wrong with being about your money, but guess what? That's going to come first before you. You know what I mean? And you could probably really need, you know, the help in that situation, depending on what it is. And you know what? They just might choose that money over you. They just might choose that money over you. I don't care what's at stake. It could be your livelihood at stake, your life at stake. If that person has no control and they greed takes over them, guess what? They're going to choose that over you. That's something to keep in mind. You know what I mean? When it comes to the lack of control of over women and pussy, guess what? They're going to choose that pussy over you. So to get it, right? So to get it, they are going to do whatever it takes. You can't trust them. You know, they going to hate on you depending on the situation. You know what I mean? They might just try to creep in there with your girl, your wife. You know what I mean? You will have to watch them around your children, your daughters and all of that shit, because they got zero control over themselves when it comes to that. So you got to keep an eye on that. Drugs, addiction. Guess what? You ain't going to come first. They going to choose those drugs and that addiction over you because they have zero control. They have zero control. So you got to understand that it's not just control with yourself. You're going to have to notice the control and the integrity of others, especially if you hanging around that person and spending a lot of time with that person, got them around your family and all of that. So when that integrity, you got to check them out, see how they move. You know what I'm saying? Because you could definitely see the lack of integrity when it comes to that. You know, you can see where people's mind is at when it comes to their control. Like, oh, damn, you know, I hope we don't end up in a situation, because clearly you're going to choose that over me. You're going to choose that over our friendship. You're going to choose that over our relationship. So you got to understand, man, you know, you got to have You gotta have control, not only for yourself, but you need to pay attention to the lack of control or lack thereof that your boys got, that your girl got. You know what I mean? All of that. You got to keep an eye on that, because that can be the determining factor in life or death sometimes. You know what I mean? That could be the determining factor in what shit can turn out, you know, depending on what situation y'all in. That could be the determining factor in that. Like, damn, you know, and that's why so many people get blindsided when they dealing with people in close quarters, because a lot of us don't pay attention to that with the people that we dealing with. And then when something happen, you know, say y'all get into a little situation and then it involved the laws, and then that person gonna choose themselves over you, and then you surprised. You should have known. You should have known, but you never paid attention to that. That person always chose himself over everything. That friend of yours chose himself over everything. That friend of yours probably don't even take care of his own kids. That friend of yours probably don't even respect his mom or his girl. So guess what? What makes you think that he won't put you in the blender, bruh? What makes you think he won't put you in a situation, right, that you can't get out of? And then when in question and all of that, man, he not gonna be there for you. He not going to be there for you. He going to put himself before you. Just like he always put women before anything. Just like he always put, you know what I mean, money before everything. Like he always put drugs in front of everything. You know what I'm saying? You the least of his priorities. You know what I'm saying? And you could be listen, you could end up in a situation where you like, damn, you know what I mean? You know, you thought y'all was good. You thought everything was good with your lady, but guess what? You didn't see them signs. You didn't see them signs that she was a selfish chick. You probably saw it, but you thought that you had it in the bag. You thought that, oh, I'm her man and all of that. She gonna have me. She gonna make sure that I'm good. But that don't be the case all the time. That don't be the case all the time, man. Them signs be there. So it's not just about you having control over yourself and all of that. You need to make sure the people around you got control, see what vices they got. Because if you not on that, and you end up in a situation because you didn't pay attention. You know, you didn't put yourself on and recognize certain actions of these individuals out here. And that be the problem, man. That's why y'all be getting hit from the blind side. That's why y'all be getting backdoored. That's why y'all be getting crossed, because you didn't pay attention. You didn't pay attention to your mans. You didn't pay attention to your girl. You didn't pay attention to your family. And man, it's unfortunate. You end up in an unfortunate situation. So I talk about control a lot. Okay? You make sure that you got your shit in check. But at the same time, if you're going to be out here floating around with people, you're going to be out here doing this and doing that, you need to check out their integrity, make sure they on point. Because if they ain't, then guess what? You're going to wind up where you don't want to be at. You're going to wind up with your back getting stabbed up. You're going to wind up locked up. Locked up. You know what I mean? You ain't paying attention. You better pay attention, man. You know, and these is things that you don't have to put in much effort to do. Just notice, just even think about it. Just think about it. Think about your homies and what they do. You know, think about your homies and what they do. Think about if they take care of their kids. Think about their relationship with their moms and all of them. If you're going to be around people, you need to go in depth these days. These days, it ain't cool to just be kicking it with any and everybody, and you don't even know them. You don't even know them. You don't know nothing about them. You just know that y'all used to be cool. But these is just little things that you need to pay attention to. It's all a part of survival. It's all a part of survival. So at the end of the day, you already know that people going to put themselves first. People going to always put themselves first. So what you need to recognize is the other things, you know what I'm saying? Where you could tell like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, damn, you know, might not want to trust him when it come to that. You know, I might not trust her when it come to that. And usually, if it's one thing, guess what? That's more than enough to back off, you know, leave them alone. One thing. These days, it ain't just, oh, don't let it just add up. Hey, if you see one flaw, you might want to start questioning their integrity and start questioning y'all relationship. All right? And that's what I wanted to share with y'all, man. My name Jason and Sinn-Take. I'll holler at y'all later, man. Deuces. First I'ma get on my grind, then second stop wasting my time on shit less important. If ain't about money, I'm going the other direction. And third, I'ma do what I gotta to eat. Fourth, I'ma sew up the streets. Fifth, I'ma never quit dropping this heat. So as long as I'm breathing, you better get used to me. Sixth, I'ma get